First 5 questions based on grammar knowledge, error location. Shall I read the first one? Smoothies, underline the word. I'm sure all of you know that. Are a delightful, underline the word delightful. Which part of speech is it? Right adjective. And nutrients, underline the word nutrients. Which part of speech is that? Can you use one adjective, one noun with a conjunction? So where is the error? Nutrients or nutritious? Change the word. Nutritious way. Not nutrients way, nutritious. Easy or difficult? Have you written? Why broad smile? Drinking, this is a silly question. Drinking enough water is essential for your bodies overall. What should be the spelling of bodies? Possession, not possession. So body apostrophe, yes. Have you guys got it? Not body, plural bodies. Here we are talking about good for your body's overall function. We are talking about the possessive aspect. How do you express possession in English? By using an apostrophe and the letter S. This is also an easy question. Shall I go to the next one? But let me see anything to learn from first question. Underline the word delicious. You all know the meaning of the word. Why are you not responding? What is, underline the word tailored. Which tailor? Amirpet or SR Nagar? What is the meaning of tailor here? Write the word designed. There is one combination you have to know. Tailor-made course. Have you heard of this combination? Tailor-made course means designed based on the needs of the students. Nothing to do with a typical tailor. Here, is it a verb or a noun? In a way, tailor-made course. Course is a noun. Here it is like an adjective, compound. Have you copied? Underline the word refreshing. You all know the meaning of that. Second sentence, anything to learn? All simple words. Shall we go to the third one now? At a time when the world is stumbling under the weight of political unrest, underline the word stumbling. Context is positive or negative? Stumbling here means struggling. Write the word struggling. Stumble has different meanings. If you hit a stone and fall forward, what is the word we use? Stumble, stumble upon something. That's a different meaning altogether. In this context, under the weight of political unrest means rather disturbed. Economic slowdown and ecological anxiety. India is quietly scripting a different story. So far, so good. One of the resilience, responsibility, and remarkable reinvention. Any problem? Please give him way. Underline the word. Shall I? If you turn your heads, I will continue. Underline the word reinvention. Which part of speech is it? Right noun. Before a noun, what are you supposed to use? Which part of speech? Adjective. Will you say resilience or resilient? First you make the correction. Resilience is a noun form. What is the adjective form? Resilient. And will you say responsibility or responsible? Another error is there. Responsibility, noun. What is the adjective form? Responsible. And remarkable, nothing wrong. Take the word remarkable. That is an adjective. How many errors are here? There are two errors. One is resilient. What is the meaning of resilient? Write the word strong. Strong not physically. Strong how? You face a lot of problems, you face hardships, you don't give up, you fight, you emerge victorious. Then we have to use the word resilient nature. While preparing for competitive exams, you should have what? Resilient nature. That's a must. Other words are rather easy. Every year on July 14th, World Chimpanzee Day, underline this, is celebrated to honor or honor. H is silent, honor. That means it takes the indefinite article and our closest living relatives in the animal kingdom, and to raise awareness, underline, raise what? Awareness, nothing wrong, about their protection and conservation. Anything wrong with the sentence? These, I don't know how many of you know, but I've told many a time, whether we like it or dislike it or hate it, our closest cousins are chimpanzee, gorilla, orangutan, gibbon. Our cousins. Happy, not happy? Happy. So what is the answer here? No error. Please make a note. That is not easy. Has it started raining? Question number 4. No. Which one? Every year, which part are you talking about? C. Every year on July 14th, World Chimpanzee Day is celebrated to honor our closest living. What is the doubt actually? What does he say? Meaning of this word. I'm not getting it. Someone help me? No, I'll read out each part. You stop me whenever I come across a particular. Every year on July 14th, any doubt here? Say yes or no. World Chimpanzee Day, any problem here? Is celebrated. Any problem? To honor. Any problem? Our closest living relatives. Relatives, that is in the which part? C. What is your doubt there? Oh, I got it. Okay. He wants to find out whether we have to use living beings or living relatives. That is your doubt. Here you don't have to use the word being, living beings, because all of you underline the word closest. Closest in this context, the idea is sentence contextual awareness. Sentence talks about, that's why I said our closest cousins. When you say cousin, you use the word living being or you use the word relative. Being or relative, which is a better word. Based on that, they have used the word relative. Your doubt is why not being? No, in this context we don't use living being. Living relatives. Sentence talks about, I'll read the sentence. Shall I? You have to listen. Every year on July 14th, World Chimpanzee Day is celebrated to honor. Honor, ask the question who or whom. Our closest living, you cannot say our closest living beings. That doesn't make sense at all. Our closest living relatives, that makes sense. The sentence talks about whether we are related to chimpanzee or not. It is not about talking about a particular animal. Imagine in isolation you talk about chimpanzee, then you can say living being, nothing wrong. But based on the context here, we cannot use the word being. We have to use the word relatives. Nothing wrong with that. Is that your doubt? Now it's clear. Shall I go to the next one? Okay. What is the question number? 5. After the 30th consecutive month without rain, I think we have a problem with the key, this question. The town folks of San Francisco de Conchos, that's a place, name of a town, in the USA, California state, in the northern Mexican state, but I read California, but anyhow, it doesn't matter. Anything wrong here so far? Now, answer my question. When you read this sentence, does it talk about present or past or future? That you have to know first. Talks about what? Past. Then will you say gather or gathered? There's an error here. Which part is it? D. But key says which part? B is not the answer. What is the answer? Contextually speaking, it talks about a past event. Then what are we supposed to say? Gathered to plead for divine intervention. Because why did they gather? No rains. They wanted to request or plead the God for rains. Shall I go to the next set of questions? This is not easy to understand. This passage is rather unfamiliar, but those who follow current affairs, for them it is a familiar topic. You all know after the second term of Donald Trump, when he became the president, a lot of changes on so many fronts. One of the fronts, Education Department, and also this is which department? State Department of something like administration related. He started cutting down layoffs, then he started cutting down the funds also. So many people got affected and so many articles have been written. If you are aware of this topic, then easy to answer. Otherwise you have to cross-check many a time. What are the key words in the question? Then go navigate, locate. Shall I read the first one? What is the primary reason cited by Trump administration? Underline the word cited. For laying off over 1,000 State Department employees. Underline layoff, laying off. Tell me what is the meaning of layoff? Remove from job. So that's what he has been doing. A lot of people got affected. Now the question is about primary reason. Underline primary reason. Means the actual reason, basic reason. A change in foreign policy focus. I always have been telling you guys, many questions based on the passage, elimination approach, you can answer, sheer common sense you can answer, and awareness, general background, you can answer. You don't have to read the passage. But quick glance, does it talk about foreign policy? Strike off the first one. Voluntary retirements across government departments. If that is the case, we don't have to use the expression lay off. They both are different. Strike off the second one. Efforts to reduce the size of the federal workforce. State means the federal. You all should know two things. First, you write this expression, write this word, center. Then you write states. We have different models. Imagine the center is all powerful. It rules a particular country. That is known as, write the word, unitary. What is it called? Unitary model. Means all the powers go with the center. On the contrary, if the powers are with the states, that is called, write the word, federal. The United States of America. So federal means what? Related to states. But if you take India, where is the power? Center or state or both? For that there is one important term. Please write this. How do you pronounce this? Quasi, not quasi. Don't think my English is wrong. Quasi-federal means partially unitary, partially federal. That is our model. This is sheer common sense background information. Based on that, here underline State Department. That means goes with center or federal, unity or federal. And third option talks about what? Efforts to reduce the size of the federal workforce. Underline the word federal. Inefficiency in diplomatic missions, no way related. You guys have to respond today. This passage, if you respond, I'll be happy because not an easy one. Based on elimination, background information, you can get the answers. Increasing automation relevant in this context. So what is the answer here? Based on the word federal. Which of the following statements was made by Secretary of State Marco Rubio? For this you have to read the passage. You cannot guess also. These layoffs are a direct attack on civil service rights. He hasn't said that. Based on the passage. If you close a bureau, you don't need those positions. He said this. Imagine the government closes a particular department in a way it doesn't need that department. What does it convey? No need of that department. They tried, because of that they closed. Hold the second option. America must scale up diplomatic hiring in Asia. Relevant, not relevant. Voluntary retirements, it is not about voluntary retirements, it is about layoffs. We must prioritize hiring over firing. Underline these words, hiring over firing. Have you heard of this any time? Yes, sir. No, sir. Don't ask us, sir. Please don't trouble us, nice weather. Write a few expressions. Fire someone. He has been fired. Means what? Removed from the job. Also write, we have got layoff. Removed from the job. He has been shown the door. Show the door. Means what? Remove from the job. Fire someone, lay off someone, show the door, they all mean the same. But if you take IT sector, please write this expression, pink slip. He has been given the pink slip. Same meaning, he has been told to leave immediately. But this goes more with, put a star mark, more with what? IT sector. He got a pink slip, she got a pink slip. Have you copied? Okay. What is the answer here? What has he said? If you close a bureau, you don't need those positions. Very simple. How did some remaining employees react to the departures of their colleagues? Mentioned in the passage. What did they do? They hugged them and they said goodbye. Some people must have enjoyed also. You don't like someone in the office, that fellow is removed. You're happy, not happy. Can you choose the first option? They filed a lawsuit against the State Department? No. They remained indifferent due to fear of job loss? No. Underline the word indifferent. They staged a sit-in protest in the lobby? No. They applauded and hugged the departing staff. This has been mentioned, not mentioned. Applaud means what? Clap, appreciate, and hug the departing staff. Answer is the fourth option, mentioned in the passage. But I told you to underline one word. Which one is that? Imagine someone is suffering. You don't react, you're not bothered, you're indifferent. What are the words you have to know? First you write the word callous. Then you write the word stony. Callous attitude. Nowadays many doctors, it's a general statement, mind you. Doctors are callous, means what? Indifferent, and also like a stone. What do you say? Stony. But some people, positive, no reaction. Negative, no reaction. Now what is the word? All of you write the word stoic. Stoicism, a philosophy practiced in Oriental cultures. What is the meaning of Oriental? I hope you guys are with me. Last time I told you guys, this is what? This session is what? So please respond. Stoicism. Oriental means what? Western culture or Eastern culture? What is the word for Western culture? Occidental. That you have to recollect as a smart learner. Shall we go to the next question? According to Senate Democrats, what is the likely consequence of these mass layoffs? Underline mass layoffs means large scale. Undermining of national security mentioned in the passage, I suppose. Hold the first option. Layoff is positive or negative? Can you use the word strengthened? Strike off that word. Does it go with lowering taxes? Strike off those words. Improved federal efficiency? No. Less political interference? No. So what is the answer here? Undermining means what? Weakening of national security. What did the signs carried by protesters outside the State Department building say? I appreciate your response. Reinstate refugee programs now. Are we talking about refugees? Strike off the word refugee. Stop layoffs, start listening. Possible. But But you have to read the passage for this. Thank you to America's diplomats. I think this is what they said. So what is the answer based on that? Third option. This you got to be careful. If you don't read, then sheer common sense, you may go for the second option, because the entire context talks about what? Layoff, obviously protesting. You can expect the second one. But based on the passage, what is the answer? Third option. We demand justice for Afghan staff, not relevant. Government overreach must end, not relevant. So what is the answer here? Third option, but here, whenever you see something like underlined word protesters, protest means what? Oppose or not oppose? Oppose. First you write the word protest. Circle it. I'm giving related words. When you don't like something, when you want to protest, you take a few people and you enter the streets and you shout, you do all those things. All those people, what is the word for those people together? When they walk in the streets, write the word procession. Procession, they don't walk quietly. What they do, they shout. What is the word for that? Write the word slogans. And they carry something on it, it is written. Someone down, someone whatever, go back. What are those called? Write the word placards. Procession, slogans, placards. Now usually these people, when they take out a procession, write the phrasal verb take out. Take out a procession. Something goes wrong all of a sudden. Then they run in different directions. What is the idiom for that? Write this one, run helter skelter. Have you heard of this? Helter skelter. They run in different directions out of the fear factor, some other factor. And also, when they run in different directions, a lot of confusion. What is the word for confusion? Write the word chaos. It results in a chaotic situation. And that is the time some people take advantage. They attack the shops and whatever they can get, they try to take that. What is the word for that? Write the word loot, looting. Have you heard of this word looting? That's what happens when the crowd goes out of control. And also write another word, plunder. Have you copied all these words? Now you write the word plunder. There's a subtle difference between loot and plunder. What is the difference? Within the country, people of the same country, they attack shops and they try to take something from shops. We use the word loot. But imagine a foreigner, people from some other country. It happened in the past. They come to our country and they take all our treasures. Then what is the word we have to use? Plunder. Subtle difference is there. Historically, we don't say they looted. What is the word we use? They plundered our treasures. Have you got it? Fine. And when people run in different directions out of the fear factor, when they panic, they become paranoid. It results in a chaotic situation. Some people fall, others run over them, walk over them, and these people die because of suffocation. What is the word for that? Write the word stampede. It results in stampede. All go with one word. What is that word? Protest. Shall we go back to the passage? Answer is third option. What legacy is mentioned in connection with Elon Musk's failed DOGE effort? Underline the word legacy. You all know the word legacy. From one generation to another generation, cultural or some other. Can we say the reduction in USAID programs, technological automation in diplomacy, hiring freezes in the IT department? No. Cyber security policy failure. What is the last one? Indiscriminate budget cuts across agencies. This has been mentioned. And there's one question based on indiscriminate. Means what? Selective or random. Imagine there's a chaotic situation. While protesting, something went wrong. It resulted in chaotic situation. Police start firing indiscriminately. Means what? At random. That's what it means. Shall we go to the next one? Choose the word opposite in meaning to indiscriminate Indiscriminate means without any criterion, at random. They want the opposite. Can you use massive? Can you use reckless? Arbitrary? They all mean the same. Widespread, not relevant. What is the answer here? Discriminate means being selective. Answer is the fifth option. And what is the meaning of the word arbitrary? Based on reason or not based on reason? Then you have to recollect one idiom. Tell me what is it? Please write whims and fancies. Based on whims and fancies means based on emotions, not based on judgment. At random. For that we also use the word arbitrary. What is the word arbitrary? Have you guys copied? Over? Now we have one more. Choose a word that is most similar in meaning to undermines. We have got so many times. What is the answer? If you don't answer, I'll be upset. Because we have got so many times. Undermine means what? Weaken. Reinforce means what? Strengthen. Dismantle, remove something, separate the parts, dismantle. Solidify, science term. Validate, make something authentic. So answer is the third option. Passage questions over. How many questions based on the passage? I think it's a difficult passage. What do you guys say? If you say easy, you are better than the master. Very simple. We'll see the scores later. Shall I go to the next set of questions? What is this set about? Cloze test, but what is this cloze test about? Underline the word demographic journey. Write this expression. Demographic dividend. Have you heard of this any time? Means what? Today if you take any country, the progress of any country depends on youngsters like you. You are the torch bearers of the civilization, future. And a country has a lot of youngsters, it has an advantage, no advantage. Obviously, when a country has a lot of youngsters, young force, that is known as demographic dividend. India has that. As of now, I don't know how many of you know this, India is a country with a lot of youngsters. That means India has an advantage. At the same time, we have a paradoxical situation. What is the meaning of paradox? Write that word. Write two words. One is paradox. Write the other word, irony. Paradox, irony. Positive and negative things exist at the same time. Then we say paradoxical situation, ironical situation. What is the paradox here? We have a lot of youngsters. India has advantage, demographic dividend. But what is negative? Many of these youngsters don't have the required skill set. They don't have what? Required skill set. And we use a general term, write this term, soft skills. And if you ask me, sir, what comes under soft skills? The most important, English and communication skills, leadership qualities, time management, stress management, proactive nature, problem-solving ability, go-getting nature, all these come under soft skills. Today at the workplace, recently I have read one article, usually we talk about blue-collar workers. Please write these two terms. Something important I would like to tell because you're all young, may be useful. First write white-collar workers. Have you heard of this any time? Then you write blue-collar workers. White-collar workers means intellectuals, engineers, doctors, management people, those who use the brain at the workplace. They are called what? White-collar workers. Tomorrow you take up a job in the bank. You are blue-collar or white-collar? White-collar. Blue-collar workers, manually they work. They do the manual work. They are called blue-collar. Operators, technicians, they come under blue-collar. But I have read an article, please write, new collar workers. What is this one? You may get a passage based on this. What is this new collar workers? Right now in the US this is going on, and sooner or later it happens around the world. Today it seems if you take the workplace in the US, they are not looking for degrees. They are looking for people with the right skill set. I repeat, in the past, today also in our country, they look at the degrees and hire someone, yes or no. But in the US right now, they are not looking at the degrees, they are looking at the skill set. You have the skill set, your academic background doesn't matter, you will get the job. And these workers who have the required skill set, with the background or without the background, academic background, they are known as new collar workers. Have you got the term? Mark my words, you may get as a passage in the exam. Very important. Anyhow, we'll go to the close test, shall we? In India, we are at a very crucial point. Crucial means what? Important point in our demographic journey. Right now, India has more youth than elderly people. This is what I was talking about. Elderly people more or youngsters more? Which, can you say which assets? Which moves? Which plans? Which matters? So what is the answer? Which means the country has a sizable productive population. Obviously, that is the advantage we have. Next one, continuation. Population, productive population, doomed. Doomed is positive word or negative word? Please make a note. Doomed is a negative word. Write the meaning. Destined to suffer. Doomed means destined to suffer. There's one combination. Write that combination. Doomed to death. Have you heard of this any time? Is the mic on? Have you heard of this any time? They are doomed to death. Means what? Destined to die. We use this when we talk about a particular tribal group. Imagine some tribal group, very backward, they are not trying to become the part of the mainstream culture. They are isolated, then they are not part of the mainstream culture. Slowly what happens, they may die because no interaction with the outside world. Then we use this expression, what do we say? They are doomed to death. And there's one more expression called doomsday. Have you heard of that? What is doomsday? End of planet Earth. What is doomsday? Planet Earth comes to an end. That day is called doomsday. Can you use that word in this context? Doomed cannot be used. Can you say doubted necessary? Debut. Debut, for the first time you appear on stage. Then what is the word you have to use? Relevant, not relevant. Deemed necessary. What is the meaning of the word deemed? Please write the meaning. Considered. You all know the combination deemed university. Not a university, deemed university. What does it mean? Considered to be a university. So what is the right word to be used over here? We cannot use demanded. It talks about which means a country has a sizable productive population deemed necessary for ushering, an important word, underline that word. Usher has two meanings. Write the first meaning, result in. I hope you guys are writing. Result in, usher in something, result in something. But write another word, not the same word, modified one. Please write this word. Tell me what is this word? Usherer. Usher, usherer. Who is this usherer? You went to a theater and you went a little late. Then the lights on or off in the theater. Can you find your place? You may hit someone, fall over someone. So that should not happen. Then when you enter the theater, a person comes to you with a torch and takes you, he asks you, show your ticket, and he sees and he takes you to that particular seat. That person is called usherer. Have you got the meaning? Shall we go to the next one? Is it 15 or 16? 15, I think you got the answer. 16. Indeed, that is encouraging, but it is also, shall I continue? But it is also a double-edged weapon. If the youth are not provided with the right what? Can you say right good? Right nice? These are ridiculous combinations. Right kind of environment seems right. What is the word to be used here? Right kind of environment. You cannot say right soft of, right cordial of. Underline the word cordial. Write one combination. Cordial relationship. You can use a plural form also. We have cordial relationships with someone. Means positive or negative. Please make a note, positive. Next one is what? With the right kind of environment to grow and work, this energy is dissipated. An important word, underline the word dissipated. Means diluted. Write the meaning. Dissipate means reduce the intensity, dilute something. An important word they have given a few times. And can even lead to chaos and what? Fog, confusion, tangle, dismay, upset. Underline the word chaos. There is a standard expression. Both mean the same, but English is like that. Chaos and confusion. Both mean the same, but we do use that pattern. So what is the right word over here? Can you use a word like fog? When you see the word fog as a smart learner, what are you supposed to recollect? Please write. First you write the word fog. Fog plus smoke. What is the word? Write the word smog. Then you write the word mist. Then you write the word dew drops. Winter morning you go out. On grass you see water drops. What do you call them? Dew drops. All the words you have to know. Have you copied? Okay. What is the question number now? Let me see the other word. Tangled. Get tangled, entangled. Means to get involved in something. Dismay already we have got. Write the meaning, an important word. Shock. In a state of shock. Dismay. You all know the word upset. Yes or no? Which often results in violence, rioting. Riots means what? Clashes. And an increased crime rate. Thus, youth is an energy that needs or need to be or needed to be, needing to be, needful to be. Needs to be. Why? Underline the word youth. After that, what is the verb you see? Singular or plural? Then sentence is in which tense? We have to add s or es to the verb. Have you guys got it? Easy or difficult? Easy or damn easy? Damn easy. Have you worked on the passage? Today actually I got this about 20 past 3. Sudhi sir had to take tough paper it seems. He was telling me. It's already 4. Babu. It's already 4. You have one more subject. Which one is that? You are all experts in that. Outstanding students, one subject. Which one is that? Amazing. We have done how many questions so far? Hold this one. We'll come back to this. But this one easy or difficult? Today's para jumble. Not easy. A bit difficult. And one you may get too difficult. If you get 2, after that easy. Things go smoothly. Anyhow, we'll see. I asked him to find out how much time I can. What are these about? Same meaning. Shall I read these sentences? After hours of chaos and panicked evacuations, the officer finally spoke with remarkable calm. What is the word? You have to focus on calm. Guiding the frightened crowd with steady instructions and composed energy. Please underline the key words. Composed means what? Balanced, composed, poised. All the words you have to know. They want you to find out the meaning. Am I right? Absence of wind. Strike off the first one. Peaceful emotional state. Seems okay. A small bay or inlet. Motionless water surface. Lack of movement. What is the answer? Too much. Shall I go to the next one? The salesman delivered his final pitch. Pitch, youngsters, what comes to your mind? Cricket pitch, but here different pitch. With such confidence and charisma, underline this word, important word, we have got after many months. Write this combination, charismatic, a leader. Have you heard of this combination? Charismatic leader. Now we have leaders, different types of leaders, but when you see a particular person, a particular leader, you get attracted. Why you don't know, but masses, crowds, a lot of people want to go to that meeting, they want to listen to him. He has that magnetic power. Underline this and write magnetic. They attract the crowds, they attract the masses. And those leaders are called what? Charismatic leader. In the past, state level, not center, we had a leader, NTR. Which NTR, senior or junior? Senior NTR, because of him, in the north, people came to know that there are 4 states. Before the advent of NTR into politics, North Indians would think South means only one. They would use the word Madrasi in a derogatory manner. Derogatory means what? Insulting manner. For them, South means only one. Tamil Nadu, Madrasi. But that time I was in Delhi. NTR came into politics and BBC would talk about his speeches. He would attract thousands of people. They would ask me, what is this Telugu? Who are Telugu people? What is this state? Where is this state? Andhra Pradesh. How many states are there in the south? Till that time, their perception, south means only one state. Which one is that? Tamil Nadu. All the South Indians what? Madrasi. And today we have to thank NTR. Because of NTR, entire world came to know about Telugu people. And India especially, North Indians especially. Then they came to know South has 4 states. Now how many states? 5 states. Telangana has been added, yes or no? And NTR in the real sense, charismatic leader. Have you got the meaning? No. Let us go to charisma that several investors agreed to fund his startup on the spot. Now context is positive or negative. Pitch attracted many investors. An area of, these are too much. An area of ground used for playing sports. I really wonder, because there's a live session, I'm hands tied and tongue tied. To throw something forcefully, a high or low tone in music or voice, a persuasive presentation or proposal. Context goes with the 4th option. A steep slope or angle. What is the meaning of steep? Please write sharp. But the problem with English, steep, what is the meaning I have just given? Sharp. You go to a mountain region, you see the valleys, they're very sharp, then you say steep valleys. Now we think logically, then you see someone very sharp, means what? Quick in thinking. Then using the same logic, you say he is very steep. Acceptable, not acceptable. That is the problem with English. Shall we go to the next one? Although she seemed perfectly fine, underline the word fine, during the meeting, Her colleagues later learned she had been quietly dealing with a personal crisis the entire time. Can you say thin or delicate in structure? Someone is very thin. What is the word? Please write the word. Write skinny. Also write bag of what? Bag of bones. Very thin. Opposite, what do you say? Write the word chubby. Chubby cheeks. Have you heard of that? Okay. Excellent quality. Can you say the second option? A financial charge for breaking the law in good or acceptable condition. Extremely detailed or precise. I think you can, based on elimination approach, you can get the answer. Have you chosen that one? I shouldn't be asking that question. And today we have a problem with this. Two questions based on what starters. First one is okay to some extent. The sudden surge, underline the word surge. Surge means what? Sudden increase in this context. Another meaning, sudden forward movement. In demand for electric vehicles, forced manufacturers to ramp up. Ramp up means increase the production. Underline the word production also. Lines while facing challenges related to raw material shortages. Something positive, something negative. What is positive here? Production side positive. But at the same time, what is negative? Shortage of raw material. Electric vehicle manufacturers. Sentence talks about what? Whom? Electric vehicle manufacturers. Then you can consider, hold the first one. Due to lack of demand. Context talks about demand or no demand. Then you cannot consider the second option. What is the third one? It talks about production lines for electric cars expanded, but they had a problem, shortage. So what is the answer based on that? Third option. What is the third option? 1 and 3. Have you guys chosen that? No. This is a bit difficult to make out. Despite growing public awareness, littering in urban areas remains rampant. I hope beginners, you're underlining the words I am underlining. There are two important words here. What is the first one? Litter. Imagine I enter the classroom, I see a lot of papers here and there and other things also all over the floor. Then what do I say? What is this litter? Here litter means what? Write a few words. Trash. Rubbish. They have other meanings, mind you. Someone talks nonsense, what do you say? Rubbish. That meaning is different. And trash also you can say, but here litter. And also write the word garbage. Generally we don't use the word rubbish, but one of the meanings is that. Trash, garbage, litter. This is one meaning. But another meaning of litter, imagine a dog gave birth to 5 or 6 puppies. Then what is the word? Same word, right? Litter means group of what? Puppies. We say litter, a different meaning altogether. Have you copied? Littering in urban areas remains rampant. Rampant means widespread. Write the meaning. Rampant. Corruption is rampant. Means what? Corruption is widespread. Undermining, weakening efforts to maintain cleanliness and environmental health. Here there is awareness, because what is the contrasting word here? Despite. And although is also a contrasting word. Although citizens are increasingly aware of something, still we have a problem. That means we can consider the first one. With better public knowledges, grammatically right or wrong. Why? Strike off the letter S. Knowledge is an abstract noun. You cannot use it in the plural form. Efforts to keep cities clean is compromised. Does it talk about compromising anywhere? So what is the answer here? How many of you have got these two questions right? Raise your hands. At least one correct? Good. Both are not that easy. You got to read meticulously. Columns, have you worked? What is the first one? India produces more than 25 million tons of used cooking oil and agricultural residue every year, much of which is either wasted or contributes to environmental pollution. Seems okay. Hold this one. Can we say instead focusing? No. Instead of would have been better. Can you say goals? You have to respond. Let us go to B. Today, India faces a challenge of balancing food security with its growing what? Much of which. Can you say this? Instead focusing on. Instead of is missing. You cannot consider that. And here, with its growing goals and the nation's commitment to safeguarding food availability and affordability. This seems okay. But generally we don't say growing goals. Do you say that? I don't think so. We'll go to the third one. India's annual diesel consumption exceeds 100 million tons. So even a modest 5%, you cannot say much of which. Instead, you cannot use 5% goals and the nation's commitment to safeguarding food availability. What are we talking about here? Diesel. Are they related? Answer should have been none of these. But the key says BD. BD you cannot connect. Answer is what? None of these. They don't relate to. Have you chosen none of these? The last one. What is this about? India imports over 80% of its crude oil with a dependency reaching a record 90.6%. Can you use the word polar compound here? Nations, a record 90.6% nation's annual fossil fuel import bill. Import bill, hold that one, which hovers around US dollars 100 billion. Seems okay. Now let us go to, but you cannot be damn sure. FSSAI mandates that food business operators in India must not reuse the cooking oil beyond a total polar compound limit of 25%, used generally for not more than 3 times. This seems okay. That means what is the combination here? A and D. How many options with A and D? Is it second one? I'm sorry. B and D. Am I right? How many options? Now you have to check fourth option. Shall we check? India's biofuel sector benefits from subsidies under the SATAT scheme and oil what? Oil marketing company blending mandates which support biodiesel and ethanol pricing. This also seems okay. So what is the answer here? Fourth option is the answer.